guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be going through the rest of the photo albums you see up here. I have one on my lap, these two right here, and then if I feel like this video is not super long, we'll go through these little ones down here. But let's go ahead and get started because I don't want to keep you guys here for forever. So this next one is my first trip to Disney World, I believe, and this is in 2002. So we took this trip for my birthday. So here I am with what's her face. That's my mom, that's me, and that's the fairy godmother from Cinderella. And we went obviously in 2002, and I believe, was it just me? No, yeah, so my grandma and my grandpa went, and I actually think I remember this trip because me and my mom had shared like a joining room with my grandma and grandpa, so we had our own room with our own room key, and they had their own room with their own room key, but there was like a door in the middle that joined the two rooms together, you know what I mean? So I remember going in between their two rooms like at night, so there I am in my little PJs going to their room. And I have like a memory of that. So how old would I have been in 2002? So I would have been 4 years old in 2002. So that is when I first went to Disney World. And then we went to this place, I think it was in our hotel, but it was called Chef Mickey. And it was basically a character breakfast, so all the characters would come around and you could take pictures and they would sign, you know, sign their autograph on, you know, whatever you had for them to sign. It was a really great experience. My mom loved it. Oh yeah, so this is a really funny thing, is when she put together this scrapbook, part of this scrapbook is, you know, how it should be, and then you start flipping it and now it's upside down. So I thought that was kind of funny. So this scrapbook is a little bit wonky just because some of it's upside down and some of it's not. So now we're back to right side up. So, and also excuse that piece of hair. I don't know what to do with it because if it's down here, it's annoying. I try to flip it over my ear. It's also annoying. So just, you know, whatever. But here we are at Disney World. Super exciting. There's the Dumbo ride. I believe that ride is still there. I love that ride a lot. There's my mom. Here is my grandpa. Here is me. Oh, that restaurant is so good. I think it's called Tony's. And it's named obviously after the restaurant in Lady and the Tramp. It is such a good restaurant. They have the best spaghetti and meatballs, of course. So these are basically just more pictures of me at Disney. Here is me meeting Pooh and Eeyore. So there's Winnie the Pooh. There's my grandmother. There's his signature. There's more of me hugging Pooh Bear. There's Eeyore. And I got Eeyore's signature right there. They were super cute. Of course, always nice. Some more, I mean, this is all just Disney. I don't know how much of this you want to see because there's not much exciting stuff besides, you know, just photos of Disney World. And then we did this other character lunch, character dinner. I don't know what it was. But all of these, you know, very famous, I guess you could say, characters came around. Snow White, Belle, Mary Poppins. So there's Belle's autograph. There she is. More autographs, more photos. It was a very fun time. My mother loves Disney. She loves it. Oh, and since my mother, you know, is one of those parents that's like, it's her birthday, and they come out, you know, sing and do whatever. But she told them it was my birthday, and then when we got back to our hotel, because we were staying at a Disney resort property, they left this card here. So it says, oh no, wait, no, they didn't. They did actually, but this is not the same card. So this was a card, I guess, that they have, you know, whenever it's someone's birthday. But it says on the front, it says happy birthday. And then on the inside is everyone's autographs that I got for my birthday. But I do have one that they did leave in our hotel room that Cinderella signed. Oh yeah, did you see that picture too? I don't know if you got a good glimpse of that. There's a cute little picture right there of Cinderella. But they did leave a birthday card in our hotel room. It was a picture of Cinderella in front of Cinderella's castle, and it was super great. Anyway, this is the fairy godmother that you saw at the beginning of the book. So what had happened in this story, in this moment, what had happened is we take the monorail around the parks, and if you've ever been on like the monorail either at the airport, you know, the tram that takes you from gate to gate or whatever, or at Disney, you know, you walk in, you stand there, the gates open, you go out. And so when I was little, I don't know what I was doing. I was being, you know, a kid with a very large imagination, and I like did this like magic, and I was like open, and the door to like the monorail opened as soon as I said it, and of course I was like, oh my god, I'm magic, and then I like told the fairy godmother about it. So that was my exciting childhood. Here is me at Toontown, which is super cute. I still like going there because I just think it's a cute little place. Of course it's, you know, very kid oriented, but they have like Mickey's house, and you can open up the fridge, and there's all this fake food in there. It's just super duper cute. So we did that, and this is Animal Kingdom. So we did, of course, we did all the parks. Animal Kingdom is one of those parks that, you know, you go once and you're pretty good for a few years unless they build something new like Pandora. So obviously Pandora was not here at that time because it didn't get built until like last year, a couple years ago. Oh yeah, so this is, and let me tell you how old I am. This is back when Disney, Hollywood, what's it called? Hollywood Studios was called Disney MGM Studios. So that was way back when, in those days. Oh yeah, and when the big Magic Mickey hat used to be there. So there it is. And that is no longer there. They actually decided to tear that down, which is super sad. Because I loved that hat. And they tore it down, and it made me sad. I wonder if they still do this. So there is these little dollar bills here, and they're called Disney dollars, and you spend real world money on fake world things. So these obviously have no valuable currency anywhere else in the world, but if you take them to Disney stores, they will accept them as currency, and you can actually buy things from the Disney store with your Disney dollars. So that's really cool, because obviously you can only go to the Disney store to buy Disney dollars. So obviously you get the point. So if you give them a $1 bill of human dollars, they will give you a $1 bill back as a Disney dollar that you can only spend in their store. So it's not like, you know, you get the whole point. Anyway, but I had some Disney dollars that I wanted to spend, so I was looking at stuff to spend it on. Here we are at Epcot. So Epcot is, excuse me, here's a map of Epcot, by the way. It's one of my favorite places to go. So I was talking about this in my last video that I did going through these scrapbooks, but you have the entrance to the park here, the big golf ball as I like to call it, and then all of your rides are pretty much situated in this front half of the park, and then all the way around here are where your countries are. So there's like France and Germany and Spain, but it's really cool, it's really neat. Ooh, and then here is the, what's it called, the Garden Grill. And this is in Epcot. It's in the land. So they have two parts of Epcot besides the countries called the land and the sea. So this is in the land, and it is called the Garden Grill. And I think I mentioned this in the last video as well, but basically you go, I think this was my second trip to Epcot, or to Disney, because I think we talked about it in my last video, but this was the restaurant that you sit in, and the characters come around, and then the restaurant itself kind of like spins. So it's a really cool restaurant to go to, although they are always packed, so never expect to just walk up and put your name down and get seated, because that's not going to happen. So if you want to eat there, you need to book reservations very early on in advance. I have this cute little passport that they gave me at Epcot, and you would go around to all the countries like a normal passport, and they would stamp it, and they would always have a station where someone would stamp your passport, and then you could have little stickers that you could put in your passport. So that's from Mexico. I got them from Norway. Someone wrote a note. It says something in Norwegian that I don't know how to pronounce. So anyone from Norway, you know, I'm pretty sure it's like, welcome to Norway, something about your passport and trolls and something. I don't know. Oh yeah, so that is something that they did do. So what they also did in your passport, I missed it on this one, is they would write little greetings in whatever language. So that's in Mexico. It says, Emily, hello, welcome to Mexico. And other words that I don't know. And I'm sure it says the exact same thing on every single one of them, but it's just in a different language. So it's like that for China. So they wrote in little Chinese characters, which if it'll focus, that would be great. But yeah, so they wrote in Chinese. And I'm pretty sure it says the same message all the way through. I don't know. But in Germany, in Italy, in the US, it says, Emily, welcome to the US. And have fun. It was kind of like a scavenger hunt type of thing, because you had to go and like find the people who would, you know, stamp it and write the little messages. So that was fun. Oh, here's the little Lego place that they have. It's now called Downtown Disney. I can't remember what it was called before. But they have a Lego store that you can go in, obviously have Legos, but outside their Lego store, which is still there, they have this big dragon, sea monster, whatever, that's in the lake right out front of the Lego store. Here's the Rainforest Cafe, which is one of the best restaurants, I think. It's just the experience of the restaurant is just so much fun, because you're in there, and I talked about it earlier in my last video, that it like simulates rain and all these rainforest sounds, and there's a Dino Cafe that is very similar to that. Oh, here I am. I stole my mother's camera. I like borrowed my mother's camera, you know, and I started taking pictures of all the people, of my grandmother's torso, of the food, more pictures that I was taking. So I was a little photographer back then. And that was it. So I have to find that one, because I know I have it somewhere, where they left a little card at our hotel room. Oh, look at that. Here's another Disney one. We went to Disney about every other year. So this is in October of 2004. We went back to Disney. Like I said, my mother, obsessed with Disney. She loved Disney. I love Disney. It's a lot of fun. It's a great place to go. So this time around, I went with my aunt. I think this was the trip where me and my aunt got lost in Epcot and like walked around the entire park, because we went the wrong direction and just decided to make a big circle around. Great times, great times. But we stayed at a really cute hotel. I don't even remember the name of it. Oh yeah, they had this thing in Epcot in the countries, and I don't know why, but I absolutely loved it. It was like a fake cow, but when you pulled on the udders, like water would come out of it. Like you would actually, it wasn't just like, you know, leaking water the whole time. You actually had to squeeze it like you would milk a cow, but water would come out of it. I don't know why. I freaking loved it. It was so much fun. But since we went in October, we did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. There I am dressed up as Aurora. And I'm sorry about the glare from the ring light, but there's some stuff from the Halloween event. And I've only done that event twice, I believe, but it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I dressed up. You could go trick-or-treating. We had, oh yeah, so this is the Jungle Cruise, which is a really fun ride. It's just like a cutesy ride, but there's our guide, and he was so funny. He was super nice, super funny, super animated. He was a really great person. Yeah, so they had a parade for the Halloween thing, and all these characters would come out, and they would sing and dance, and then the villains came out, and there was Cruella, followed by her 101 Dalmatians. Obviously, they didn't shove 101 Dalmatians in a cage. I think there's like 3 of them, but they were real dogs. But it was super cute. Lots of fun. More Animal Kingdom stuff. Animal Kingdom is basically a zoo. Like, that's pretty much it. They have some rides there, but the main thing of Animal Kingdom back then at least was a zoo. Now they have Pandora, which I have not had the experience of Pandora exactly. Like, we went to Pandora, but we didn't ride any of the rides in Pandora because they were ridiculous waits. They were like 12 plus hours of wait time. Here's that card I was talking about. So they left this at our hotel room, and it says, "Welcome, Emily. Dear Emily, I hope you have a magical vacation here at Walt Disney World. May all your dreams come true. Love, Cinderella." So there's a picture of Cinderella in front of Cinderella's castle and the cute little note that she wrote. It was such a cool experience. Disney really, that's the thing about Disney, is they really do go like above and beyond for their guests and for, you know, the funness of it all for the kids. They just do an amazing job of making sure that people are happy and having a good time. And I know it's like, I know the workers there do not, you know, get such a luxury experience, but they make sure that, you know, everyone is trying to have a good time, and they just are so extra at Disney, but it makes the experience fun, you know, it makes it happy and it makes it enjoyable and exciting. And so that is something that I really have enjoyed about going to Disney, is just it's always been a really pleasant experience. I've never had, you know, people who were rude, people who were mean, you know, as far as the staff goes. I've had some experiences where, you know, the staff are, because it's in Florida, Disney World is in Florida, Disneyland is in California, where the staff are like always super happy because it's like, you know, 70 degrees in California, whereas in Florida it's hot and it's humid, and so working under those conditions can make anyone kind of grumpy. But they're never mean, they're never rude, you know, but you can tell if they're like tired and they've just had enough of it. But it's just always been a really pleasant experience to go there, and I love Disney. My mother loved Disney, so we go a lot. And speaking of Disney, I'm pretty sure this last scrapbook here is more Disney. Yep, so this is in 2006. Like I said, we went every other year. My mother saved her hard-earned coins and we went every other year. So I guess the first time we went was in 2000, then we went in 2002, then we went in 2004, and then this is June of 2006. So we went around. You know, we didn't go to the same hotel every single time. We did go around, but this trip I took with my friends. So I went with my mom's friend and her daughters, Juliana and Anna Clara, who is now Elliot. But we went and had a really cool time. So here's a cute little picture of us. Oh my god, I gotta send them that picture. That is so funny. Look at us. So there's Elliot now. There is Juliana and there's me. We had a blast. We had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and here is my mom and her mom. Their mom, I guess. There's my mom. There's their mom. But they were great friends. We were, well, me and Juliana were good friends, but now me and Elliot are better friends than me and Juliana are. It's been an interesting roller coaster with that family, but they're all really great people. They're all fun to be around, but I think by the end of this trip we were kind of tired of each other. But yeah, so this is pretty much all the same stuff, just with these people. Oh yeah, and then this was my very first time on the Tower of Terror. So I was like forever too scared to go on the Tower of Terror. Where am I? Here I am. And there's my mom. And my mom and Linda, which is Juliana and Elliot's mother, my mom and her went on, well, my mom went on the ride and Linda stayed and watched the three of us, the kids. And then my mom watched us and Linda went on the ride. Because all 3 of us didn't want to go on the ride because, you know, we were too scared. But we went back at night and I told my mom, I said, I want to go ride this ride. And she goes, yes, okay, let's go. So we went to the ride, we got on the ride. She asked me, she was like, are you sure you want to do this? I said, yes. We did it. I loved it, and I love going out on that ride ever since then. It's always been so much fun. But yeah, that was like my first like big ride, because my mom was like, it's not that bad, it'll be fine, you know, and I was always like, you know, nervous and scared. But that is everything for this. I think we're doing pretty good on time. I think we can run through these few little ones down here. I'm not going to go through this one. Well, here's a cute little picture of me as a little bitty baby. So there's a little cute little picture of me as a baby, but I'm not going to go through this one because this one is literally another scrapbook full of Disney stuff, as you can tell by the Disney scrapbook. And this was in March of 2008. So again, every other year we would go to Disney. This trip was with my aunt, and we stayed at the Yacht and Beach Club. And my mom, you know, got a little bit less, you know, super intense with her scrapbooking, which is fine. You know, I love those scrapbooks because they're so well done. She does an amazing job at them. And I think at this point in time, you know, she was getting, you know, sicker, and it was just a lot more work for her to put so much effort into those scrapbooks. So this was easy. She would just write out stuff on this thing, and it would print out the words. And then she would just stick it on there and then add little sticker details here and there. And it was a lot less effort for her as she was getting more sick. Oh, here's a better picture from her from the side. So when she did start losing her hair, she would wear these hats and then wear this cute little scarf around it. And she always, you know, had a hat to match whatever outfit she was wearing. She would always do that, you know, with her outfits once she started losing her hair. But, oh yeah, this is the one we used for her obituary. So I thought we had one with Mickey. Yeah, so that's the one we used for her obituary because, you know, it's Mickey, it's her, it's who she was. She loved Disney. She had such an incredible personality. She was kind. She was very generous. She was just a great, you know, parent. But this is just more Disney stuff. I mean, that's all I can say. It's all Disney. But this is my first scrapbook actually that I ever made. So I picked out this really cute pink scrapbook, and this was for a friend's birthday party. So here's me getting my nails done, and I can't remember the place that it was called, but she had this whole closet of clothes and jewelry you could pick from, and you could wear them, and they had, you know, high heel shoes and all that stuff. And then she would do your hair and do your nails and do your makeup. And here is my Girl Scout troop, and we all went together for her birthday. And I can't remember whose birthday it was, but they would take, you know, like I said, you would get ready, they would do your makeup and your hair and all that stuff, and you would take this cute little picture. So that's the outfit I ended up choosing, and it was just a really fun thing. I don't know if they still do that anymore though, but I had a lot of fun with it. And then, let's see, oh, this is the fair. So this is me at the fair. My grandpa and grandma, they're eating, and then I said, food, and I said, I'm hungry, when are we going to eat? And that's like my mantra, like, throughout my whole life, is I'm always like, I'm hungry, when are we gonna eat? I'm hungry. Here is me in a little poodle skirt, because we used to do this thing at my church called the Rockin' Review or something like that, but it was basically a like 50s theme inspired show that the church would have, and a bunch of people from the church would get together and they would perform like skits and very classic, you know, 50s music. So it was basically like like a lip syncing show, but it was to like music from like the 50s and way back when. But it was a lot of fun. It was a great time. And I had this camera, and I can't remember what it looked like, but it was really terrible quality. Like, look at all those pixels. So I had this terrible camera, but that was a little pink stuffed animal I had. I named her Pinky. There's another picture of her, and then here's another picture of all the other stuffed animals that I had. And then here's the last one that I have. So this is a Girl Scout book. So I was in Girl Scouts up until a cadet. So the Girl Scout tier of, focus, thank you. The Girl Scout tier of command is like, you're a Daisy. Oh, well, here we go. We'll just go through it. So here I am as a Daisy, which is like your first level of Girl Scout. So there I am with my other friends. There's Juliana again. There I am getting my pin put on. And then you got these like daisy. Eventually you would decorate your vest and would have a big daisy on it. But you had to do stuff in order to earn like your petals or whatever. I'm trying to see if I can find one. Yeah, here it is. So here's kind of a picture of what it would look like. So there's my friend and there is me, and you can kind of tell like the middle of the daisy would be like a certain color and that represented whatever you did, and then you would earn your petals. And they were just like iron-on petals, so you would just stick it on there and iron it on. But you had to earn them. And then they had this thing called like a bridging ceremony, which I guess is like going from one level to the next, and you would cross this like little bridge. But here I am at camp. I hate camp. I hate camping. I hate bugs. I hate being outside. But there I am camping with my mom. Obviously at the Girl Scout camp with my Girl Scout troop. But I was a, I don't know, a flag girl. I led the flag ceremony. So here I am, which was a pretty big deal because basically you had to lower the flag. They taught you how to, you know, undo the thing, lower the flag. They taught you how to take down the flag properly, so obviously it wouldn't touch the ground. They taught you how to fold the flag. You would say certain commands, and I got to lead that. It was really great. Here I am as a brownie member. I'm trying to find another picture of me in my brownie vest, but I can't. So that was your next level of Girl Scouts, was being a brownie. So we got brown vests. And of course you would do things, you would get patches, whatever. But we did a lot of fun stuff as a troop. Here I am getting ready to go horseback riding, which was a lot of fun. I love horses. I love, like, I tried to look up a word for it, but the best word I could find was like grazing animals. So like basically animals that have hooves and eat grass. Like I love like deer, cows, horses, I don't know, like antelopes, like those kind of animals, zebras, like whatever that group of animal is called. I love them. They're adorable, they're cute. I don't know, I like them. I like those types of animals. So here I am riding a horse. This is a sweet horse. I don't remember its name. But it was a lot of fun. And I think it was called the Circle K Stables is where we went. But it was a really fun trip. I think I was sick on that trip. I had like this 24-hour bug, and I'm pretty sure I was like sick, but I got over it. Here we are at, so there were 2 different camps that we used to go to. I believe this camp was Camp Kiawe. So here I am again doing the flag thing. I was like the best at it. Excuse my hamster, I'm sorry, he's being loud and obnoxious. But I was like the best flag person, so there I am again. They had 2 Girl Scout camps. One was called Camp Seven Springs and one was called Camp Kiawe, and I did Camp Kiawe. My first camp at Camp Kiawe was a 5-day 4-night trip. It was a horseback riding camp. It thunderstormed every single night. Our fire alarm went off like 3 times in the middle of the night. It was not a fun first actual camping experience because Seven Springs is more of a like part day trip, so you wouldn't actually stay overnight. But it was quite the something. Oh, here I am at, what is this, Camp Kiawe, which is my first summer overnight camp. And there's my mom, I guess, hugging me goodbye at Camp Kiawe. There's my friend. Oh yeah, here is me with my bunkmates. So I did go to a camp with my friend, so I wasn't actually alone. So there is me, there's my friend, and then these were our 2 other bunkmates that we made friends with. It was quite the experience. I did not have the most fun, but you know, it was whatever. This is when I became a junior. So it goes Daisy, Brownie, then junior, and then here I am in my junior uniform. It was a sash, the first time we got a sash. Then they used to have this place in the mall. Oh yeah, it was called Spa La Di Da, and it used to be in the mall. And they used to, it was like a kid spot, you know, they would give you like sparkling water. They would do your hair, do your nails, do your makeup. So here I was with my hair and makeup done. or whatever. I don't think I have makeup on. Yeah, I do. I have like blush and some like lip gloss on. But they did my hair, got my nails done. I'm trying to find like a finished picture of it, but I guess I don't see one. But then we went and did a like sleepover at the church, because we would use the church for Girl Scout events. So after we did the Spa La Di Da trip, we did a sleepover at the church. But this is still at Camp Cowie. And there we are in the canoe. And I remember one year I got in a kayak. So it wasn't a canoe, because you know canoes are very open. Kayaks are like you have a little seat and that's it. But I remember one year I was in this kayak, and they store these kayaks in this like very big barn basically, with a bunch of big shelves that you just slide all the kayaks and canoes in. And I was looking at the barn, and I was a smart kid because I didn't like bugs. And I asked the person, I was like, aren't there gonna be like spiders like in the canoes or whatever? And the guy was like, oh no, it's fine. Or the lady, I don't remember. She's like, no, it's fine, it's whatever. And so I'm like, okay. So I get in the kayak and we're like paddling into the lake or whatever. I'm like in the middle of this lake. This like giant tarantula like crawls over the side of the kayak, and I'm like, no thank you. So I take my paddle and I like push it in the water, because we were not having that. That was a terrible time. I just knew there were going to be bugs, but I don't know. I just thought, you know, it's fine. The lady said it was fine, so it's gonna be fine, but there were bugs, and there was a big one right in my kayak. So that is everything for this video. That is all of my scrapbooks that we have gone through. I know it's a lot. It's a lot for me. My voice is dying now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Go down below, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified of when I upload videos. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Whew, I'm out of breath. All right, bye-bye.